What's good, y'all? You dub back here again here in 2019. Let's get it. Bringing y'all more new, fresh content. This is an idea I've had for years now, really. Multiple years. Where I do bring the question, who really is Monkey D. Dragon? The revolutionary Monkey D. Dragon. What is he about? We know so little about him. I remember doing a video with him, Kaido, and a few others as the top 5 most enigmatic characters in One Piece. He's still there. And we think we know, we get an idea, but there's a lot that could be pointing to where Dragon's not necessarily that good of a guy. I'm not saying he's evil, that he's nasty, but there are some questions and some question marks about who he is. Now I know Dragon fans and fanboys might get irritated with me at this, but some of y'all are fans of villains, so don't at me. Let's look at Dragon, right? What do we actually know about him? You can say not a whole lot. We don't know anything about his backstory, nothing about his history. We've seen him do it a handful of times in the series, right? We also know that he abandoned Luffy for some unknown reason. And don't come at me. When Luffy Sabo was picked up as a child. Now, I know Sean Holmes and some others will go, well, he wanted Luffy to decide. And listen, bro, you tell me you can't raise your son? This is worse than Gene Freaks. Everybody try to get on Gene Freaks. Gene Freaks reasonably gave up his child. We know that this man was creating child soldiers. Now, I made that as a joke in a live stream a while back. But this dude had some child soldiers. Sabo, not Kuina, Koala. They're child soldiers. And you know what that actually mirrors? That mirrors the world government with the cipher pole. Rob Lucci was a child soldier. You cannot justify this. You are literally building child war. Now, if you want to say, well, what about ancient Sparta? That was their entire culture. Okay. And no one says that was good. No one says child soldiers are good. I'm not hating on Dragon. I'm just bringing the facts. We know that he wants to take out not the world government. He wants to take out the celestial dragons, which none of us have a problem with that. But now I think something tragic happened. Luffy's mom probably was murdered or something like that. He's same age as Sakazuki, by the way. Think he was either former vice admiral or admiral. Some people say cipher pole. We don't know. Which brings, if he was former cipher pole, that brings in even more question marks about the man. Regardless of that. He was at Roger's execution. He seems to be about freedom, but he's not the same as Luffy. No. This dude's more politically motivated and radical. He's the world's most wanted man. He presents a threat. But it brings questions. Why is he the world's most wanted man? I know he's going directly against the world government, but why? What do they know about this dude? Apparently, he just arrived on the scene and somehow is the world's most wanted man. That doesn't make sense, y'all. That does not make sense. Okay? Then you look at his squad. Now, Kuma was nasty. We know this. The tyrant, Bartholomew Kuma, who was locked up in chain. And Dragon was okay with that. For some reason. He knew about it and was okay with it. Ivankov was locked up in Impel Down 5.5. Everything was cool. Sabo is his chief of staff. I still think there needs to be someone else, older. But you could say maybe that was Kuma, and maybe that was or Ivankov. But in any regard, Sabo is his chief of staff. Sabo is 21, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's the same age as Zoro and Sanji. Then you have Morley, who's nice, Bello Betty, my dog Lindbergh. I don't know how I like every time people bring up Lindbergh. Dude, oh my gosh, Lindbergh's such a great creation by Oda. But anyways, and Karasu, Mr. Raven. But anyway, you look at these commanders, you like, I know that you can justify that they're built for stealth and these missions, but you look and you're like, bro, they not that impressive. And they plan on taking out But then you ask the question, well, why now? Oh, they need to take time to turn. Well, they haven't converted all the blues, all the four blues. They haven't done that. They haven't even touched into the Grand Line, no Paradise and no New World. But they have activity. What the hell is Dragon doing? Why did it take him so long to declare war now? Like, why now? Oh, it's just the reverie. There's a reverie every 4 years. Don't give me, oh, it's story. No, something ain't adding up. He ain't even necessarily see eye to eye with Luffy. He's like, oh, okay. Oh, I guess a pirate's fine. Okay. Dressrosa. He wasn't actually happy the whole thing that went down in Dressrosa. You're just sitting here like, bro, what in the hell? Luffy helped you with destroying the weapons factory, but you were not really the happiest. I don't know about this dude. This dude had a base of operations which wasn't found, and then he had a backup plan, as in Kamabaka Kingdom, Ivankov's spot. Now maybe that's not permanent, but whatever. Got out of there when Jesus Burgess called the Blackbeard Pirate, so he wasn't willing, reasonably so. You don't want to waste resources, but he wasn't willing to fight the Blackbeard Pirates. Oh, and of course they had Cypher Pole Age as zero, which we still don't know about the definitive strength about Cypher Pole. About a CP0. So you're just sitting here. There are too many question marks, and things just don't add up. But the biggest point is, Oda is basing them. You see commanders and different ones off of revolutionaries. Some of these people were not good. Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, not good people. And the way that Dragon, first of all, I guess Luffy takes after his mom, because he don't even, first of all, Dragon don't even look like Gar. Luffy kind of does. Luffy doesn't look like Dragon. That was for years. I say Goldie Roger, but Otis holding that dragon is Luffy's father. All right, cool, whatever. The thing is, if you look at Mexicano, all right, Mexican history, and a few of these other places, but specifically Mexican history with these revolutionaries, these guys were not the most noble. Yeah, they revolted. If you played Red Dead Redemption and actually paid attention to the storyline and listened to the dialogue, when you go down to Mexico, okay, you go down to Mexico and you help out a dude. That dude became a dictator. What if Dragon is setting himself up to be a dictator? Now, I know Dragon fanboys ain't trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. But there is question marks. What if Luffy and his father, and I say they meet, maybe they talk, even though Luffy doesn't seem to care, maybe he talks about his mom or whatever. What if Luffy and him have a clash, whether before the final war, during, or after the final war? Because the questions you have to ask is, okay, so what is Dragon's plan once the Tenryubito drop? Oh, I bet you a lot of y'all ain't think about that, huh? What does he do? And I don't even know how he plans on doing it. With what forces? If you don't get Luffy's, like, what is this man's plan? Shit is not adding up. And okay, they take down Tenryubito. That's great. He still wants the world government in place, by the way. He still wants that. I'm guessing the Marines and all that. So, what is he planning to do? I don't think this man is as noble. Now, I don't think he's a bad dude, but I think he plans on taking over. Or at least putting someone in position of power, Sabo or whoever else, in a position of power to take over. Vegapunk, I don't know. I think Vegapunk is allied. I don't think he is part of revolutionaries. But maybe there's a secret king out there. If you watch Game of Thrones, right? Varys the Spider. He had other king's candidates, as if this was Magic out of Labyrinth of Magic, right? And he was a djinn. But Varys had multiple ones. Daenerys Stormborn. In season 7, it was brought up. Daenerys brought up my woman. Daenerys brought up. Yes, I'm Targaryen, but before that, you had my brother, and before that, there was I think one other person that was Stannis Baratheon. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're a GOT fan, regardless of that. There may be a secret king that this dude trying to set up. Maybe Dragon knows about Im-sama. Maybe he knows about Im. I don't know. But I'm just saying, y'all need to have an asterisk and question mark behind this man, who I do still have is the second most powerful after Shanks in the world currently, by the way. The players that we really know. I don't include the Gorosei and I don't include CP0 in that one. But out of the players we do know, I think Dragon's extremely powerful. I think he's extremely intelligent. You know, he sees 3-4 steps ahead. But the thing is, man, this just the way that Oda's writing this, man. I don't know about y'all, man. I don't know about y'all, man. Dragon, bro. Even his look, bro. And what's up with the Shandorian tech? Like, bro, Oda is bringing, like, other characters I can piece together, including, I'm like, oh, I don't know what this character about. I don't know what the hell this man's about. We barely see Shanks. We kind of ish have an idea of what Shanks is about. We don't know the full detail. Shanks, I still think he has a darker side, but we at least get a sense of him. Hawkeyes, we get a sense of, even though we don't know that much. Kuma, we got a little bit of a sense of it. We don't know that much. This dude, Dragon, we ain't got Jack on this man. We don't have Jack. There are so many things that seem to contradict with this man. Let me know y'all thoughts. I might have pissed a few people off in this video by even proposing this, but this is Oda. Hashtag is Oda. Don't count out any possibilities. Count out nan. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. And one last thing is, why didn't Dragon just become a pirate? Why is he not trying to ally with the Yonko? What is going on with this man?